Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming for this spiritual talk. Okay, I want to talk about 5 ways that spirituality affects our values. Okay, so first off, let's talk a little bit about what values are. Okay, for me, I feel like society really has defined value as financial results. They've attached anything that is of value has to be financial, or it has to be success, or it has to be marriage, or whatever. These 3 main things, or are you educated, or do you have, how much money do you make? Soon as you talk things about value, that's what society pushes you. It's like something that is being choked down our throats, that whatever you're doing, if you're not making money off of it, or if you're not highly educated, then what is the value in it? All right, so these are the concepts that we came to meet. Getting that education, getting married, and making money. These are the things that most of us are being forced to see that our society is making us see that this is what we're supposed to value in whatever we're doing. If we cannot make whatever it is that we're doing turn into these 3 main things that I talked about, then it's hard for them to appreciate the value in what we're doing. So these are some of the things that they want us to feel, right? How society is shaping our minds. When we finally grow up and we get out of college, this is where our mind is going, and we actually start to see that without these 3 main things, then maybe we may not be that valuable to society or to even ourselves or our family. And this thing runs really deep. So now the truth really is, when you truly understand value from a spiritual perspective, you realize that value is different for everybody. It's different for everybody. Okay, some people value their family, some people will value money, some people will value education, some people will value talent, some people will value spiritual gifts, some people will value their work, some people will value just taking care of the environment, some people value just living, breathing, being healthy. There's so many ways and things that people value. And I feel like when you look at it from an astrological point of view, it's like your second house mainly shows you what you're going to value. And so once you are in the spiritual community and you see the things that you're going to value and care for, it changes your perspective on this whole thing, right? And when you start to make that switch and turn around and say, well, you said that I have to be wealthy to feel valuable to society, but that's not what I truly want. This is who I am. And it's like people look at you like something is definitely wrong with this person. If you can't make money out of what you value, nobody is going to really pay attention to it until you actually start really becoming so powerful to the point that, or so known or so popular to the point that people really start actually being like, okay. Most of the time you have to do something physical with it. It has to be something tangible before people start to pay attention and place value on the things that you find to be valuable to you. So anyway, I just wanted to say that out of the way. But now let's look at the 5 ways that I feel that spirituality affects our values. Okay, for one, the first thing that spirituality is going to do is that it's going to push you to make you the number 1 most valuable thing in this existence. You are going to start to see that you are there's no price for you. You are the number 1 most important thing that you need to cherish. You need to develop your mind and use all of your mind's power, psychically, spiritually, everything. Most people are not using a quarter of this. So spirituality is going to push you to use all of your potential, mentally, spiritually, and physically. emotionally, all levels of your being. That's what spirituality is going to push you to do. And you're going to, see how it affects the way you think and how you value life, okay, in general. So this pushes this whole thing about value being placed on finance and all this stuff right out of the water, because if you don't know your worth and you don't know your value and what you're capable of doing, then of course you take yourself out of the equation and you don't see the importance of your being, and you can place value on other things first. So spirituality affects you personally and changes the way you think about what value truly is. So you are going to be transformed. You are going to understand that you are the most powerful thing. You are a part of this divine and existence in all. The second way that spirituality affects our values is that it pushes you to value the universe. Once you gain the value in yourself and you know your place and what you're doing here, now spirituality is going to push you to see the value in the universe at large. The role that everything is playing. The importance of a maggot to a fly, to a human being, to the spirits that we can't see with our naked eyes, the extraterrestrials, everything beyond physical and invisible that you can't even comprehend. It pushes you to place value in all things, because you know that once one thing is out of place, then nothing can move on well. So everything has a value, right? So it allows you to see that the book has a value, the ants has a value, divine has a value. Everything is playing a part, and everything is designed and fixed in such perfection that if any of it are not functioning well, then chaos is created. So we start to appreciate the universe at large, and we place value in the universe and all things in the universe. And I'm talking about worlds on worlds and different dimensions and everything that you can fathom that the universe is. You start to place value on that. It pushes you to see that. So I feel like, this minute part of our physical existence that lies in valuing ourselves is what humanity has taken. Like a pinch of 1 cent of 100%. It's less than that. It's what humanity has taken and glorified. That and sexuality and all this other nonsense that is out here. But spirituality makes you see the broad picture, right? It pushes you to see what? The value in the universe and all of the things that we can see and even fathom and can't see. The third way that spirituality forces us or affects our value system is it makes us to value all forms of life. In our present life, everybody values life. Oh, death is a scary thing. We are all scared of death. We're scared of transformation. We're scared of changes and transformation, old age. We're scared of moving from a child to being an adult. We don't embrace that as all part of life in a positive light. When we grow old, we don't like it. We think we have to be fit and young and 2 years old all over again. The concept of life after death and anything beyond that is something that we don't place value in. We don't see a positive effect of that. But spirituality pushes us to face and see that all life forms, everything, transformation, changes, death, life, they are all valuable and they are all one. They are one and the same. Spirituality makes you value death just like you value life. It makes you value transformations, changes, growth, stages, progression, the process of everything transforming, infinity, going through ins and outs, downs and up, corners and corners, imbalances, all that. Spirituality pushes you to place value in that. The fourth way that spirituality affects our values is that it allows us and pushes us to see and place value on learning and having understanding, exploring knowledge and different ways of seeing things. Okay? It allows us to stay open and realize that the more open we are to learn, to have deeper understanding and to open ourselves up, the more we're liable to become the greatest versions of ourselves. Okay, so it allows you to place value in you wanting and desiring to know more and to learn and to expand and to become the you, the soul you that you're supposed to be. So it opens you up and it makes you place value in the fact that you're open and you are always a student of life and death and all of divine and universe and everything else that we're talking about here. It totally changes, the things that you want to learn. It's not just about you going to school anymore. You start to see that there's so much more that you don't know, like numerology, astrology being the fundamental, the baby steps to you even gaining spiritual power. People are doing amazing things just by studying astrology, which to me I feel like is the fundamental step. It's almost like the first chakra knowledge when you compare it to chakras, to you building spiritual growth. So look at what people do with the knowledge of astrology, changes them, and life becomes a whole different ball game. Now imagine learning more than astrology, getting into mysticism on a different level. All other forms of being and learning and knowledge and power and understanding. Imagine that. It is mind-blowing. We can't even fathom it yet in our physical being. And we are limited in the physical essence, but even in our limitation, we are only functioning from the tiniest portion of knowledge. So imagine what will be of us if we knew most of what we need to know. So spirituality pushes us to place value in learning and gaining knowledge, power, wisdom, and understanding of all sciences and everything in this universe. Okay? The last thing, the last ways that spirituality affects, okay, and pushes your value, okay, how it affects this is that it makes you start to value the God essence in you. You start to realize that you are a part of all of this and everything is one. Okay, we are in this oneness and connection together. But it bridges the gap, okay, between you and the divine, your creator, God, whatever you want to call it. Spirituality pushes you to face the fact that you're not separate from this, that you are all of this being. So you're divine, you are the universe, you are all the dimensions that you are, all in this physical being. You are all of it. So instead of sitting here and getting on your knees and praying to something that you see outside of yourself, spirituality pushes you to value the fact that it is right here. So what do you have to do? You have to work on you, right? And you have to open these doors to all the other dimensions of your being, which is the other, what? You, the creator, you as the soul, you as what? The physical being, you as the mind, you as what? The emotion, you as what? The mind. You as the action, you as the bug, you as the fly, you as the air, the elemental forces, nature and everything are all of you. Because when that tree does not produce that carbon dioxide for us to breathe in that oxygen, unless I've twisted it, because I'm not very good with science, then what's the point of the tree? Without the tree, there will be no rain, which means famine, so we all die. So you have to understand that, spirituality really bridges that gap, and we stop all this stuff, and that money, education, marriage, children, and all this stuff is like 1%, less than 1% of a fraction of our physical being. And so we need to be in this space where we stop placing so much value on the things that we have, the house that we built, and all this stuff. That is what I truly have to say about this. We have to see our life as a whole, because that's what spirituality does. It takes the value placed in all these things that are holding us down and keeping us on a lower vibration, or not that lower vibration is such a negative thing, because it's not. Lower vibration, higher vibration is all part of existence. Physical essence, okay? It takes us from that mindset and allows us to embrace value in all that we are, which is divine and everything else. And our mind expands and is one with the universe and is the universe. Our mind is the universe. We are the universe. We are everything. Our existence is in us. So that's what we need to be valuing. So what I hope that this video has really helped you to not kill yourself because you are poor. Study astrology to find out what exactly your values are, and have this broader perspective that I've also explained. Conjoin that so you can live a fulfilled life and not limit yourself and kill yourself and feel so bad like you're left out of a race. Which race? The rat race of this universe? The place that you're about to leave and transform to a different place? That's what you're dying over? You will realize that it's all temporary, and you would trust and love and enjoy this moment and not be so hard on yourself. This will set your mind free when you take and place value on the things that truly matter, and that is you. You are the most valuable thing that you need to value in your life, and that's what spirituality will definitely do for you. I hope this has, shown you some things, my people. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Very, very soon on a different topic. All right? Okay. Bye.